This is Kevin here. I am coming to you to talk to you about what are the signs and symptoms of narcissistic personality disorder, and is there a connection between narcissistic personality disorder and psychopathy? The answer is yes. There very well could be. I've been doing a lot of research on narcissistic personality disorder, and just based on what I've read stuff, I think it's probably the worst of the cluster B, which is dramatic, erratic, and irrational, and irresponsibility personality disorders. But I just but in order to get this diagnosis, you have to meet, I think it's 3 of the 7 criteria. But as a son that has a father with narcissistic personality disorder, it's an awful experience. There's no question about that. But we're fixing to get started here on this video, because I'm doing my I'm uploading this to a website. So, now a lot of times, narcissistic personality disorder, borderline, and autism can be comorbid with bipolar type 2. But there's a fine line between narcissism, though, and bipolar and borderline too. Now, except for borderlines can go a little bit on the vulnerable narcissist side, so that's something you have to watch out for. Let's go back right here just 1 second. Okay. Here what we see, the background of narcissistic personality disorder. Diagnostic criteria. A grandiose sense of self-importance. The individual exaggerates achievements and talents and expects to be recognized as superior without commensurate achievements. I think I can find some better websites than this, because this just doesn't look. I mean, that's one of them. Quite a few of them actually, but narcissistic personality disorder goes way further than that. This is the criteria that you have to meet. They have an exaggerated sense of self-importance. They have a sense of entitlement and require constant and excessive admiration, meaning that you've got to tell them that they're doing a great job, and while at the same time they're telling you that you're doing a poor job. Doesn't that make a lot of sense? They expect to be recognized as superior, even without achievements that warrant it. They exaggerate their achievements and talents, meaning their achievements is likely no better than yours, but they can't tell that though. They're preoccupied with fantasies about success and power and brilliance, beauty, or the perfect mate. Now, the perfect mate would be she can't be going around dressed slouchy, she or he. NPD will not even look at that. And I'm not discriminating, that's what an NPD would do. They tend to be brilliant somewhat, but you can devour the narcissist. They're not quite as brilliant as they think they are. Now, the power and stuff, here's what you run into a lot of times when you marry a narcissist. They want control of your money. They want you to put your money into their banking account and stuff. So that way they have complete control of you and complete control of your ownings. They are preoccupied with fantasies about success. Like I said, yes, they do tend to be highly successful people, but if you don't meet the criteria for what they have succeeded, then you don't mean nothing to them. They believe they are superior and can only associate with equal special people. Going back to what I said, if you're not equal or adequate with them, they don't want nothing to do with you. Even if you're family, doesn't matter. They have no sympathy or lack of remorse. They monopolize conversations and belittle or look down on people they perceive as inferior. Now, the people that they would perceive as inferior, you have to watch for those because they use those kind of people for scapegoats to create, and they demand them to go tell other people in the family just to create more drama. You see what I'm saying? They expect special favors and unquestioning compliance with their expectations. Do not question the narcissist. Do not. Just do what they say or don't be around them at all. Best thing to do, don't be around them at all. They take advantage of others to get what they want. Absolutely. No question about it. They will devour you, and unlike borderline devaluation and narcissist devaluation is totally different. It can look like that it can be about the same, but it's not. Because even if borderlines do come up and devalue at times, which they do have sympathy and they do lack remorse. They don't lack remorse for what they do. They have a lot of remorse for what they do, and they cry and stuff. BPD is also a very bad, serious mental health problem. Also, narcissists also take advantage of others to get what they want. Yeah, I said that. They have an ability or unwillingness to recognize the needs and feelings of others. They have no empathy or remorse whatsoever. Be envious of others and believe others envy them. That's typical narcissist for you. Behave in an arrogant or naughty manner. Come across as conceited, boastful, and prestigious. They're just very hateful people. I mean, if they don't get what they want. Now, they'll put on a petty show for a while, and then once you get yourself worked into the relationship, you'll find out fast that you are not dealing with the good person. I'll tell you that. Now, there is this movie. It's called Sleeping with the Enemy. I highly advise you to watch that. They also insist on having the best of everything. For instance, the best car or office. Meaning if one of their family members goes out and buys a nice hot rod, guess what? They're the next in line. But they're going to make sure that what they buy is going to be nicer. That's narcissistic personality disorder for you. At the same time, people with narcissistic personality disorder have trouble handling anything they perceive as criticism, and they can. They cannot handle criticism at all. But boy, can they dish it out. Can they ever dish it out? They become impatient or angry when they don't receive special treatment. You better believe it. If you don't give them the treatment that they need, they will become angry, and this could cause a narcissistic personality disorder, rage. They have significant interpersonal problems and easily feel slighted. They also react with rage or contempt and try to belittle the other person to make themselves appear superior. Have difficulty regulating emotions and behavior. They also experience major problems dealing with stress and adapting to change. They feel depressed and moody because they fall short of perfection. This is when they go from the grandiose side into the vulnerable side. So they start getting depressed. Criticism, they can start to handle that a little bit while they're in the vulnerable side. Be mindful when they're in the vulnerable side. They are dangerous. Just as dangerous as they are in the grandiose side. Okay? But grandiose is more comorbid with psychopathy. So, causes can be in environment, genetics, neurobiology. Complications of NPD and other conditions that can occur along with it is relationship difficulties, problems at work, depression and anxiety, physical health problems, and drug and or alcohol misuse, and suicidal thoughts and behavior. Unfortunately, you need to get treatment. They need to get treatment as soon as possible. They most don't. But yes, and narcissistic personality disorder and psychopathy. Psychopathy is more known as with malignant narcissism too. Malignant narcissism and vindictive narcissism. Vindictive floats between grandiose and vulnerable. It's a dangerous part of narcissistic personality disorder. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about tonight, and we're going to do some more because I'm uploading. I'm creating a website and stuff. I hope you guys like it. Once I get it created and stuff, I'll drop the link and stuff down below. But this is the worst personality disorder to me, outwards. And may I say this? Grandiose, vulnerable narcissism, they can hurt you close up. Grandiose narcissism can be harmful from a far distance. So, and if you want to look at a classic case of that, you should look at the Chris Watts case, where he killed his daughter and his two daughters and his wife out in Colorado. From North Carolina, where I live. So, but anyways, narcissistic personality disorder. We need to raise awareness and get these people help, because help is of an essence. And I'm going to do what I got to do to get it done. All right. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And yeah. Does narcissistic personality disorder turn into psychopathy? It can. So be careful. All right, guys. Y'all take care.